Hope you're ready for some fun. I did really good today. I can't wait to tell my creator.
And hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Range Warmasters Apex Legends tournament. We are back for the final day of the tournament. It's the grand finals. It's day 3, and this is the day where it's all going to be decided. It's all going to be settled in stone. Who's going to be taking the championship home? It's me, Kirito. Alongside me is my boy, Aggressive. We're going to be taking you through this matchup. And, well, day 3, three battle royals. How are we feeling, Aggressive?
Yeah, I've been keeping up with the scene as much as I possibly can throughout the entire tournament, and I have to say, the fact that 1 HP are in such a close proximity away, like, so not a close proximity, I mean like a massive margin away from Unit X, is what's really surprising. But from what I've heard and what I have seen as well, Team 1 HP and Team Carnage are consistently just dropping off against one another and going in for instant fights. Like, it feels as though both of these teams, they just know each other's positions, and they know for a fact that they are a risk to one another as well. So if these constant 1v1 engagements happen all the time, right at the very beginning, when the circle's not even shrinking and the teams are not even present and ready, Unit X are of course going to be the team that capitalizes on top of all of this. They are the most experienced roster other than 1HP and Carnage. So if both of the competitors just kill each other off right at the very beginning, there's only one person left, and if Team 1HP are able to take them down, they just dominate the entire server, and they've been able to go through with that throughout the entirety of day 1. As they shift into day number 2, man, if the same thing happens once more and Unit X is having a really good day when it comes down to the raw mechanical skill and of course their positioning and their communication, oh boy, I feel as though 1 HP, they could just take anything away. Because look at their buffer, man. They have a 23-point buffer. That is
Indeed, that
insanity.
is the points difference is a huge among these two. 1 HP and Team Carnage, they're on that second and third position with 72 points respectively, and I gotta say, I mean, you said that the 1 HP and Carnage going after each other, the things are spicing up between them. But Unit X are taking full advantage. Not just Unit X, I feel like a lot of these teams, we weren't really aware of how strong they were. Like Skyhawks, Team Epsilon, Chato League, they're not, taking those fights, they're not winning the championships, but they're going to those top five, top four spots and giving these teams a run for their money. So they obviously the points difference is gonna keep them behind. On fourth, we have Chatter League with only 45 points. The gap is huge, so it's gonna be difficult for them to come back from. But at this stage of the tournament, you have to consider stuff like that. That okay, it's fine if we take out teams like sorry, 1 HP at the beginning, considering of course they have a lot of experience and everything. So Team Carnage, they're going for it, but you also have to consider that if you take down the team that actually has the most fragging potential, can take down other really strong teams, then or you're kind of setting yourself up for future and for a difficult fight in the future. Also, there if you don't take them out, they're gonna get a lot of frags. They're gonna take down okay 4 or 5 teams. That's gonna land them a lot of points and put them ahead. So basically, there's a lot of factors here. And it's not as simple as it seems. It feels like okay, just go in, get the dub. No, it's not like that. You have to, figure out when to take engagements, when you want to take a fight, which position you want to end up in. You have to calculate all that stuff because considering this is the final day of the tournament and the prize pool and everything is on the line. Obviously, we have a prize pool of 20K BDT. First prize gets 10,000, second prize gets 6,000, and third prize gets 4,000. Everything's at
Lot of
stake
money,
here,
man.
aggressive. Yeah, that's a lot of money. You want to make sure you make all these decisions correctly so that you can end up on that top spot to be the apex predator. But for now, we're gonna be loading into the match, and it's really hard to predict what's happening. The whole playstyle, all the teams have really dramatically changed the way they play. Usually, we always see like teams like 1 HP Unit X out there getting the dub, fragging everybody. They have 20 frags of their own in the whole lobby. Stuff like that happened before, but now we're seeing a very big change of pace. A lot of these teams are stepping up and giving them their own rough time. So it's hard to predict what's gonna happen, especially with this scoreboard coming in.
Yeah, like especially when you consider the teams are that are already present, it's not gonna be the full on 20 squads. Some of them were not able to make it. We're still gonna be loading down into the game as much as we possibly can, but with the squads being a lot more like lackluster, not really lackluster, I would say a lot less in comparison to what we're really used to. This opens up a lot more opportunities for the other squads to finally push themselves up in the rankings and possibly get to that top three position because honestly speaking, the top three is pretty much set in stone if these three squads don't mess up really badly right off the get go. Because it's 45 points
Mhm.
on position number four. There are no fourth place, fifth place, or sixth place positions money giving out. So, in that sense, what are we expecting here, Keito? Primarily, these teams just taking those engagements, primarily, the fights are being given. And with all of those factors coming into play, we don't really know what to expect now, do we? But I do believe that there are a couple of technical difficulties here, and we are going to be heading on down over into a short break to fix all of that up, and we're going to be back with the real shortly with the Warmasters tournament.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry for the issues that we were facing on the. It happens quite a bit, but we are back with the
It's
matchup, and
Apex.
it happens. It's nothing uncommon. The action
Oh
is
no,
not really
Unit X.
stopping.
Good
Meanwhile,
night.
Unit X, I guess we missed a lot. Unit X are already down a couple of players. They are knocked down. They can still be picked up. I mean, Chappie's gonna be have to recover the drone, but oh, that's gonna be an engagement. He's gonna be taking rebellion. He's under a lot of pressure, trying to get out in that, just like that. Just like that. It's going to be Unit X eliminated by Venom eSports. Interesting to see that. I guess the hard drop didn't really work out for them. I guess they weren't really prepared to take that fight. There is a certain amount of RNG involved in these early fights. But yeah, Unit X out of the match for now.
Yeah, but already there's another fight happening down towards the side of Dome. The shots are going to be good, and it's going to be Crisis Warriors trying to get that first initial engagement of their own spots. One of the squads on the other side of other right side of Dome. I do believe that this place is really difficult to get all of the good positioning advantages on, but the shots are going to be clean, and Crisis Warriors, they want to get this kill. What they're facing up against, though, is the real question. Positionally, it's strong squad. They have the high ground to work with. Crisis Warriors, they have that first initial kill. That's all that they need. Just take down one of their players and slowly but surely whittle down their opposition. Positions are going to be strong inside of the building. It's going to be one. They're going to be spin up down through. Crisis Warriors will one of their players, but still shotgun in the hand of the Nemi. Spots out the player, goes in for the judge play. He is going to be able to deal a little bit of damage. The EVA 8 is good at those ranges, but still, Crisis Warriors, they need to find a lot more damage to work with because positionally, they're not in a good spot. They're pretty much in the open with one of their players already digging, but still, they're getting the damage done. They're able to kill so much, and they're going to be rushing on down through. The remaining, just take that kill, and then all back.
Yep, they're going to get this frag, and the final player, they're trying to get that frag, and they will, taking down the team of Saw. I think it was Team Lockdown that got eliminated right there, and that's going to be a big frag for them. But look at this, 1 HP, they're on the scene, and they realize what's going in. They're like, okay, boys, we're here, let's get some frags in. The Blood Utility will provide them information. I guess they're blocking the door. They're like, oh, no exit for you today. They're sort of like eyeing each other out, like, hey, what's up, how's it going? They're like, yeah, it's good, what about you, you good? Like, yeah, okay, we're just chilling here. Alright, that's fine with me. And meanwhile, from behind, here comes Crips. The door will be broken, and they're going to be walking in with their shotguns. Everything is going to be thrown at them. Crips is going to get a frag immediately. So does Zeox. Their players are going to be down, and just like that, another team eliminated. Oh god, this action is too much. But no, one more team. I think it's RC Falcons coming in now. This is just an action-packed event. We have one engagement that ends. Unit X shows, 1 HP shows up, and they're like, oh, what's going on? And they're going to get frags now once they win that gunfight. RC Falcons are here like, oh, we're still in this. Let's say hello to them, boys. And I need to be ASAP. Trying to get some frags on EVA at that range. I'm not really sure about it, but it looks like Zeox is going to try and get this execution down. He will.
Just trying to find this, and with that first initial execution, team
oh,
1
look
HP.
at 1 HP.
Oh, this is not in a good spot. And even from the side of Team Carnage, just look at them. One of the players have disconnected, and it feels like all of the top 3 squads, they're out. Team 1 HP, 2 players gone. Carnage losing out on one of their players as well. And 7 squads still remaining. They're not going to get as many placement points as they would have hoped for now, will they? So the top 3 positions kind of for grabs here already. Unit X, they can be a little bit more mellow. They can be much less, concerned because, hey, 1 HP is gone. Carnage is gone. So maybe we can bring it all back. Let's just see. Because Crisis Warriors right now, they had a really strong start by being able to take down Unit X. So they're the ones in the running to shut down all their oppositions and just get it all done for them. But as you can already see, Venom being in the best possible position, being able to take down Falcons. They have a lot of kills. They have a really strong Evo shield on their side as well. They're the ones who are leading when it comes under the terms of the loot, while everyone else, they're still going to try and play a little bit more catch-up.
Yeah,
it all depends.
A lot of excitement going on.
Crips? Oh yeah. He wants to pick it up, man, but he just can't. How does he?
He's going for it. He's going for it. For the Void Run, he's trying to get in there. But there's the caustic utility to block him down. He's trying to make his way.
Oh,
Time is
dude,
running away. Can he pick it up?
shit!
Oh,
No, he
doesn't
got
get
clutch
it. Doesn't get it though. Does he? He didn't get it.
No, you
And now
didn't
he's
get it.
now
He's
now he's in the
clutch it.
circle. Now he's in the circle. This is the first circle he has some time to work with. I'm pretty sure he has some heals to work with as well. But you keep your eyes. There are players outside the circle gatekeeping. So if he gets spotted, and that's a really narrow entry. There's only a couple of ways he can choose to go for. Either way, RC Falcon should spot him as he exits. So he's gotta be ready for a fight. And I'm not sure a 1v3 is going to be the best in his option. But look at this. This is early on. 7 squads remaining. That's how it usually goes. We usually see like maybe 10 or 14 squads still going for this. But now with only, I think, a couple of circles gone down. Not even a couple. I think only 2 circles. Yeah, a couple of circles have gone down. So already 7 squads, 18 teams left. A lot of action to start things off. Meanwhile, Crisis Warriors looks like they're getting some loot. They're going to be preparing themselves to get into a fight. Not sure if anyone's near them though.
I say we move this way.
Just one of those things that you don't really know what to expect because currently, Kirito, tell me honestly, with 7 squads remaining and the top 3 squads already being taken out pretty much, who's going to be the ones to take it all away? We can't really predict this now, can we? Crisis Warriors, they're in a pretty strong position of their own, but again, on towards the back end of it all. Ooh, they're taking a good chunk of damage. They're just not going to be able to survive for long. Those shots are not going to be clean either. And Falcons, they're in the worst possible spot. They need to give up this high ground position. They need to run on away, reposition, but this repositional factor, it's not that good. Because Crisis Warriors, they're still going to be the ones going in for that fight. They're still going to be the ones going for that precision crack as well. Cracks at one of the players, and with that, oh boy, we can know for a fact that Falcon, they're sweating. They're sweating out the bullets already.
Yeah, this is not a situation they would prefer to be in. Crisis Warriors all around have intel and surrounding them. Trying to stay inside the storm and get some cover, but they're just gonna walk in, get a couple of frags in, and immediately, just like that, I think they're eliminated. They do lose one player, but looks like, wait, was that Xeon?
Oh yeah, that's the
Yeah, he was the only player alive from 1 HP and just tries to get in there.
No.
So Unit X tries to get in there and try and make something happen, but yeah, Grips, 1 HP, what can he do? He's lost his teammate, has some shield, but not enough HP to work with. I think he saw the players and he's like, nah, I'm yeeting out of here. He shot them. He could go and engage. It's a 1 versus 2, not as difficult as a 1 versus 3. And they are sort of, they did get out of a fight just now, so they should be a little bit weakened, but he's going to be deciding not to take that engagement.
Yeah.
Trying to get as far as away. Well, but they don't want to let him go. They don't want to let him go. They're like, come here, boy.
Yeah, come here, boy. Let me give you all that good stuff, but still, he doesn't want any of that.
Let's go here.
He just runs on away because you gotta remember something. He has to play for the placement points. That's the most important part about all of this. Placement points matter a lot in general, especially when you're holding down on the top 3 because you want to get as much as you possibly can so that you keep yourself in the running for the #1 position. But still, Team Carnage, they're in the worst possible spot as well. They have a strong position to work with, yes, but can you really be happy about this position? Not really, because you lost out on one of your members. In general, you're just not able to get as much value as you can. But still, Stark Incarnate, and of course, destroy INRC. Sorry, he's not from Stark Incarnate in this situation. I'm thinking of another team, but still,
Yeah,
Team Epsilon.
It's confusing, but yeah, Team Epsilon are here. They did lose a player. Banner gets to be recovered. They're taking the engagement
God,
with someone,
that's
but
tracking, bro.
nice little tracking. He's gonna get the knockdown onto. I'm so bad. You're not so bad, and you're kind of knocked down. That's what you are. And here comes one more player. He's gonna be Kronish trying to take that fight. Walking into the utility, walking into the caustic. Breathe it in, says the man, but he will be able to avoid that. Breaking all the utilities. Gentlemen's a shot there, but they're walking in. Edward doesn't care. With the massive going in, getting another frag onto Ace Rayo. And did they eliminate the team? I think they did. Yep. They're gonna pick up their teammate as well. They're able to recover him. But meanwhile, Carnage, they're not done either. I think they're subtly going up those ropes, so they're still trying to take this fight with 2 people. They are getting lit up though. They need to find some cover and a better position. On that high ground, it's difficult to win. Subtle League are isolated, but meanwhile, from behind though, keep your eyes on your backs, Carnage. Are they gonna take this fight? I don't think they are.
Oh yeah.
I say we move this way.
But they're gonna run into Crips. Crisis Warriors. They're gonna just run into Crips right now in the open as
Oh, that's
well.
sad. Poor Chris.
Crips,
He's dead.
Crips just cannot get enough of Crisis Warriors today.
Yeah, I think that Chris is just gone.
Yeah,
As
he
soon as
sees
runs
them. He
out,
sees
he's
them. He's
dead.
like, oh no 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 no, not like this,
Yeah,
not
this is
like
not how
this.
it's supposed to go. Crips is like, yep, I'm gonna save this zone. The zone is my home now. Maybe going for a wraparound. Maybe just try and survive and go towards the other position. That's exactly what he's gonna do. It. He's like, yep, I'm out. I'm just gonna play for my placements. 5 squads remaining here, ladies and gentlemen. The circle's quite big, so in general, the squads are not gonna be facing off against each other anytime soon. But what we do see is that Team Carnage, they're in a pretty good spot of their own. They have a positional advantage. They have a vantage point over everyone else, but still, they're going to be going up against the side of Crisis Warriors in barely, what, 5 minutes? No, not even 5 minutes. Make it 3 minutes because
very
they're right
close.
next to one another.
They're absolutely next to, and they make it 1 minute or maybe 30 seconds. Yeah, they're taking the engagement right now. Epsilon, they're going to be throwing a lot of utility, and they're going to be driving them away. They do not want to take this fight, especially with the disadvantage. Maybe wait out the zone a little bit more, wait out for lesser amount of teams, but Epsilon, they're not letting them go. Oh, meanwhile, Carnage is here as well. I mean, no, Carnage was here before. There's another team coming in that they're just going to discover. Caught on in the middle between these two sides. What are they going to do?
So much long-range damage potential, but still, it's long range. How much can you even get out of this? Team Carnage, they're stuck between a rock and a hard place, and they're not even looking behind them because Team Crisis, they're coming in for a flank. They can see the fight already happening. If they push in right
Let's go
now,
here.
you know for a fact that Team Carnage can just walk
Barrel
away with 2
stabilizer here.
squad wipes
Level
if
3.
they play their cards properly. But Team Carnage, Team Crisis, sorry,
explore this
they're
way.
not going to be going in for it. So,
Yeah.
in general, there are 3 squads already fighting each other out. Crips is on its lonesome, and then there's Team Crisis who are going in for a lurk play, trying to go in for third parties. Oh boy. I feel as though Team
Indeed.
Crisis, they should be the ones to take this one away.
You can't really say, because right now these 4 sides are eyeing each other out. Crips is in the background and he's like, don't mind me. I'm just here. He's just trying to survive. I think he's going to try and wait out for the last squad and do his best to take them down. Obviously, we have seen one-man squads coming in this tournament, and they haven't seen the most success, but let's see what he can
It's
manage.
rare.
But for now, let's see what he can manage later on. But for now, it's going to be these 4 squads out here. Team Carnage, Team Epsilon. They're trying to get some engagements onto each other. Chacho League as well. I think they lost 1 player already, so they're going to be trying to play this a little more safely. Well, yeah, no actions for now. They're just sort of just, you know, throwing some rounds at each other, figuring out what Evo shields they have, getting some info and positioning before the big battle goes down. Because the zone is still very much wide. They aren't really, you know,
Might be something
pushed
good this
into
way.
a really confined position. Meanwhile, there's Crips. I'm sorry, I keep bringing you back up, but yeah, it's just there's Crips.
Yeah, it's normal. Sometimes in a battle royale, your team dies out early, and then you're just playing for the placement points. Cough, cough. I'm looking at you, Kirito, who will always gonna be the last one to stay alive and doesn't want to pick up his
I
teammates'
don't-
banners.
I
But
don't even. Oh, okay.
Forget that.
it's fine. He's always like that, so Crips, he's trying to channel his inner Kirito, sorry. And now, Team Epsilon. They're also going to be in their own engagements, but this is going to be slow.
Disrespect the most overpowered anime character of all time. Not talking about me.
Yeah, you are not an anime character. Even if you were an anime character,
I'm
you're
not.
like that
I'm not,
depressed-
dude.
No, you are an anime character. You're like that depressed boy sitting at the
That
back
is
of class
me.
that
That
nobody
is me.
wants.
That is me. But yeah, okay.
But you're like a
Crip-
side character. You're not even the main character.
Of course, I'm never a main character, but
I'm
Crips
the main
tried to be a bit of a main character around here. He
Oh,
tried
yeah, he's
to
dead.
go in
He's
for the fight, but I guess they know where he is. They know where they should figure out where he's eventually, and there it is. Team Carnage is like, oh, hello, my friend.
Hello, my
And the-
friend. I see your tippy toppy head. But
And he's
Crips is
gonna be
like, no,
walking back to this. Oh no, he's stuck. He's stuck. He's
No, he
stuck.
can
Does he
get
get
out.
in? Oh, he's getting out. He's getting out. Oh, I thought he was stuck there. He's gonna be able to get his shields back up. Has a battery to work with. He will be spotted out by again the Bloodhound utility. He's trying to survive. Can he make something happen? No. Carnage, take him down. And like that, the top 3 squads are out. Oh, not top 3. Carnage is still here. So that is something we should keep our eyes on. But Carnage, They were on equal points with 1 HP, and with this matchup, they should be trying to take the lead. And considering Unitex are out as well, I think Carnage team are in a pretty decent position to actually get at least close to the top spot. Not take it, but make it a really close point difference. But now, for now, Epsilon taking this fight will get one knockdown. There are more players inside this compound, inside this room. They're trying to get them out of position. They're trying to knock on their doors, and they will get those frags.
Just able to find so much value. Just look at the amount of damage being done, and already
They lost a
they're in the worst possible spot. They lost 2 players pretty much here. They cannot even go in for this play. Deals a good chunk of damage down onto 1, picks up the banner, but that's it. How much more can you do? But still, here comes the backup already. Here comes the second wave that they need, because Team Epsilon, they need to worry about the other squads that are going to be pushing them soon enough as well. They know for a fact that one player's been taken out on the car, but they cannot tunnel vision on that one initial player. They need to worry about the win. They need to take down the other squads that are pushing them as well, because Team Carnage somehow, in some way, shape, or form, even though it's a 2 versus situation for them, they're still making it work, and they're still getting the kills and dealing so much damage. That's all that they need to do. Slowly but surely chip away at their opposition. Grim, he's gonna be the one to try and get out, but gets tagged out by the Armstar. He's run away, but still a battery utility.
He lives. Oh,
He's
not for
not gonna be
long.
able to live for long though. Again,
Epsilon.
the side of Epsilon being the one to take them down. Carnage, they spotted out another squad, and Crisis is on the low ground, but still Epsilon. Ooh,
Oh god.
good chunks of damage being given.
It's down to these 3 squads remaining. Carnage. Considering only 2 players, as you said, this is huge for them to be out here on the top 3. They're gonna be able to take away that point equalization and head up to that second spot. And hopefully in the next matches, because we still have a couple of matches to go and get that first place. That would be pretty huge for them. But yeah, the main factor for this matchup is having teams like Unitex and 1 HP put at a disadvantage early on. That's going to be allowing a lot of these teams to actually get up to the score points. So maybe further down today, we're going to see a lot more of a close top 5 if this sort of thing continues and happens on the second map as well. But for now, 3 teams, they're again having a bit of a standoff. The map positioning is pretty much, they don't really have much cover to work with. Crisis Warriors, they are stuck behind this wall. They can go above it, but they are a bit on the lower ground, so they won't be able to, defend that position properly. Epsilon though, oh, he's gonna be walking up Cronish, but yeah, that's probably not the best idea. Gets into the zone, takes a decent chunk of damage because of that. That's not too much of a problem. Carnage, 2 players holding on to that high ground pretty well, holding on to this hill, and they're not really giving them the chance to peek. Yeah, they're not letting them get peek at all.
Oh, Team Carnage. The amount of damage that they're doing is absolutely insane. They cannot play it overly aggressive, but what they can do is play for a strong position. In general, their positions are not going to be that good as they would have hoped for, looking at where the zone is going to be pushing them into. But Team Crisis, they have the manpower, and Team Epsilon, they do as well, while losing out on a lot of their own utility. You got to remember something. It's all about wasting resources. It's all about wasting as much from your opposition as you possibly can, because as soon as the resources run out, as soon as they don't have nades and of course any more batteries to pop when you're damaging them, that's when you know you're at the advantage. That's when you know that you can go into a pounce on your opposition. That's when you know that they're gonna be really desperate. And you can see that Team Epsilon and Team Crisis
away those shields, man.
Look at the amount of damage being given. Already we see the first fight. It's gonna be Crisis Warriors going up against that of Team Epsilon. Team Epsilon, they're dropping like flies, and Crisis Warriors, they're gonna be the ones to go in for that kill. But look at Team Carnage. Look at where they're positioned. They're in a really good spot while the other team's at the low ground. If they don't miss any of their shots, they just win.
No way.
You actually gonna be able to do it.
No way,
They're in a position to actually take it all away in a 2 versus 3 situation. Maybe it's gonna be difficult. He takes it for another player as well. They're actually making it one more team, maybe one more person to try this one, but still, Destroy see, he can't see by his work. He's going in for the shots. He's gonna take
No way.
Team Crisis Warriors, they take it all in just some situations. It's so much perform, they bring it all back.
Barely. Oh my god, that went down to the wire. My god, Team Carnage. They were holding on. Dude, it was literally perfect for them. The way they played this, you could not have played it better. With 2 players down, they held the high ground. They kept chipping away on those 2 teams, Epsilon and Crisis. And they ate away those shields. in the end, all the resources weren't done, and Crisis Warriors, so they were forced to fight each other. And Crisis Warriors came out on top. Team Crisis were able to get out there on the top, and they immediately went in for the engagement, and it just and oh, that was just so intense. I feel like if they took that engagement together a bit more, the side of Team Carnage, I feel like they could have worked really well together because we saw, I think it was Nankaba with the Gibraltar trying to take that fight all alone, and meanwhile his teammate was just healing on the shield. So he was pretty isolated, wasn't able to take that fight together. That could have helped them out quite a bit. But yeah, it was just down to the wire. And as we see the match summary coming up, it's gonna be Crisis Warriors taking the dub. Team Carnage on second position. Third team is Team Epsilon. Fourth team is Shadow League. 1 HP all the way to the fifth. Not bad considering that they lost their whole team really early into the matchup. Crips was able to keep them alive for quite a bit. And those teams are there. Venom on 6, RC Falcons on 7, Skyhawks on 8, Lockdown on 9, Unitex all the way back in 10th. My God, what was this matchup? This scoreboard is just more shuffled than my hair right now. Like, there is no way we're able to predict who's where until we get the official announcement. This is
Which
just
is
so
gonna be at
insane.
11:30, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. Just so
This
you
is
know.
so insane.
It's just one of those things that we don't really know. But at the same time, what we do know is we're going to be heading into game number 2 real soon. We're going to be setting that one up here, ladies and gentlemen, and we're going to be back in the real shortly with the Warmasters tournament.
And ladies and gentlemen, we are back with the Range Warmasters Apex Legends tournament. It's grand finals day, and first match is already done with. And oh my God, that was a doozy one. It went a little bit too hype for my taste, and I'm not really sure what to expect from the next matches coming in because things are just heating up, and it's just so exciting. And I think aggressive. He's lost his mind. And he's not even responding. Are you there, man?
Uh, no, I just can't. No, no, just no.
Just says no. Well, it is just quite, unexpected. Honestly, we were expecting maybe, we did see in the last quarter, like Unitex leading the top and one HP and Team Carnage. They are just going at each other, but I expected one of those three teams to actually come out on top, and it almost did. Team Carnage almost pulled through with two players, but just wasn't enough. The side of Crisis Warriors were able to avert that destruction on their team, and they're able to get those get those points, sweet points in their bag, and hopefully with that their score position on the score table would go up quite a bit. But I'm pretty sure either them or rest of the teams aren't really satisfied with that, because we're going in for the second match of the day, and we have one more after that. So basically, these teams still have a chance, not just the side of Crisis Warriors, but the rest of the teams as well. Carnage, Unit X, 1 HP, that didn't have the best start in this final Grand Finals Day 3. They're gonna be attempting to actually, pull through with the lead that they worked on gaining. And hopefully, hopefully it's gonna happen. Hopefully it's not. I mean, and we don't know what's gonna happen. Honestly, I'm saying a lot of stuff. Thing is, I'm still flabbergasted from the last match. I'm still confused, and I just want to get into the next one as soon as possible, as soon as the players are ready. But yeah, aggressive. Don't leave me hanging here, bro.
I'm gonna leave you hanging for as long as I possibly can because honestly speaking, after that last game, there's like, what do you even want to say? Sark, like, forget about that. It's just that Team Carnage, they got over 4,000 damage combined. 4,000 as two people.
It's tactics, man. The passive tactics. Eat away the
Passive
armor.
tactics that nearly got them the win there as well. Just pretty much, if he had a couple of more bullets to work with, and the EVA 8 just went in his favor, the tracking was good, everything was fine, but he didn't have the HP to go in for a fight. He didn't have the bullets. If he did, it would have been over, and then we would have got an insane clutch from the side of Team Carnage, being able to take down all the squads on a 2 versus X situation. These are the stakes of Grand Finals Day 2, ladies and gentlemen. Day 2 of an incredible start. Like, today's the
They
last day. There's no other days left. This is where it all begins, and this is where it all ends for a lot of these squads. I say this quite often, like the beginning of the end. There's a reason for that, because on these last days, that's when the adrenaline is going to be running high. That's when all of the squads are just going to be pumped up, fired up, and ready to go at each other. And you can see that all of these players, they're just on point. There's no Team 1 HP, there's no Unit X, there's pretty much all the underdogs of the story being the ones to make a difference. Team Crisis being able to take a win. That's not something that we expected, but still, they're the ones to be at the top this time.
Yeah, and that's gonna shuffle up the whole scoreboard really well, because right now Unitex, I feel like they should still be able to hold on to that lead with 95 points, because Team Carnage, they did reach all the way to the second point, and that's big from them. That's really huge. Obviously, second point, I think grants you 9 points. Yeah, it does grant you 9 points, so that's gonna be pretty much bringing that close to Unitex, and 1 HP they should be knocked down to third, but again you have to consider teams like Epsilon, then Lockdown, Crisis Warriors. They're not on the top. They're definitely not near as much as points from as these top three teams. But yeah, things are getting closer. Say this happens again. Say we all immediately lose Unitex 1 HP and maybe Team Carnage as well this time at the earlier stages. What's gonna happen then? How do you predict which team is gonna be sort of getting closer and closer to that top three, top four position? Because they're all in that 30 to 40 range. It's gonna take a lot to actually bring them close. But yeah, I mean they're hoping for it. They have that potential, but yeah, it's just so difficult to stand up against these top three teams. And if that happens, then maybe we're gonna see a change in the in the top three. But for now, I'm still banking on these three teams, Unitex Management Team Carnage, to be in that top three. Not I'm not I don't know which order they are in. I feel like Unitex is still on first, Carnage should be on second, but yeah, that's not confirmed. But yeah, these three teams are definitely still up there. Hopefully, it's gonna hopefully it might shuffle. I don't know, man. I don't know what I want right now. I thought I wanted to see these three teams duke it out, but now I actually want to see some of the other teams to attempt at least to come out there close to them. Let's see what happens.
Honestly speaking, we never know what we want as casters because we are non-biased. We're just supposed to accept what happens in front of our screen. Because as soon as we try and give a little
Like I
bit of
accept
favoritism,
aggressive's very harsh words about me every day. I mean,
yeah,
I'm used to it.
not my fault.
Not just
Not my fault.
you, dude. I mean everybody. So yeah. Thanks,
Yes.
guys. Mm.
It's just so it's not my fault because I'm trying to say the truth. I'm trying to make you a better person, and I want you to try and find an asuna so that I'm not the one who has to cheer you up all the time.
You definitely cheer me up. That definitely cheers me up
Yeah.
every single day. Um, yeah, but what will be cheering me up is the match is loading up. The players are getting ready for the matchup, and we're gonna
Hopefully,
see
no technical
the
difficulties.
yeah, the technical difficulties do happen, but we're probably gonna see the legend selection screen coming up real soon. So till that happens, aggressive. How are we feeling about this map? I mean, obviously we can't really predict it, but how, especially now that the tone has been set, the first match has happened for the final day of the grand finals. The tone is set. How are the teams gonna respond to this tone?
Initially, I thought that okay, it's gonna be 1 HP, it's gonna be Unit X, it's just them fighting it off against one another. Team Carnage, though, they're pretty much that dark horse that we didn't really expect to come on down through this strong, but they're coming in really hot and really spicy. Team Carnage, Team 1 HP, Team Unit X, they're consistently just taking battles against one another and they're dropping in hot against one another as well. They're targeting each other really profoundly. Like they're not even trying to hide the fact that okay, these are the spots that these squads love. These are the spots that these squads like to go. Why don't we take this engagement? Why don't we take them out early? Even if we die, it's completely fine because if we take down their opposition, then we don't have anything to worry about. I am that confident in. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm just gonna say it. Hopefully, I'm not gonna jinx this. We don't have any technical difficulties, and we're gonna be able to jump into the map without any disconnects. Thank
So
you,
far,
Apex
so
Gods,
good.
and thank you.
So
Beast
far,
Mode.
so good. Yep. And we're gonna see the drop going down. It's an interesting one. It's going all across from the northeastern side to the northwestern side, and I guess that sort of makes it difficult for the players to actually reach the bottom ish the southern ish side of the map. But yeah, some of them are going for it, but for now we're gonna be keeping our eyes. Carnage already on the ground and gonna pick up loot. 1 HP still in the air to try and make their way onto this location. Not sure what other teams are near them. We do see one more squad. They are gonna be keeping their eyes on that 1 HP. And
Too
Unitex, they're
many
getting geared up.
squads in here.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to keep track who's where, but for now, all of them have dropped down, and it feels like they're not really looking for that early engagement. Pretty much everybody's on their own location, but 1 HP on that top. Oh, they're surrounded by two teams. I think that's Venom eSports and Chatro League. So yeah, they're on.
That's Venom Esports and Unit X. Oh yeah,
Oh, is
those are
that no?
cool.
That's Chatro League. Unitex
Yeah, that's
below.
Chatro League.
Unitex is right below them, and it's interesting seeing these two teams so close to each other again. I sort of want them to not fight each other and wait out till the final few circles if they want to keep their top positions on the top three. But again, you can't really decide who you take the fights with in some scenarios. They just maybe Unitex are like, okay, let's get 1 HP out of here immediately and rush them. Well, what can you do then?
Skyhook is one of those places that you can never really not find action in, but it's also a really good place to get a lot of food. If you want to play it super aggressive right off the get-go, or if you want to play it really slow, it facilitates both playstyles. That way a lot of teams land there quite often because it allows you to engage in that. Oh my god, Chatru League.
Where
They're
you
just
boys
inviting
at?
people in. He's
Where
like,
you
yo,
at?
where you at, boys? Come on down through. Take this fight
And
against
1 HP are happy to oblige. I think
Yeah.
they heard that and they're like, oh, let's move in there.
They got them calls. They heard their phone. They heard their ringtone, and they're taking their phone numbers.
Oh yeah. But before that, I feel like they want to get some more vision on the area. They're gonna be taking that high ground in that central region of the whole area. They're trying to spot out these players. But before 1 HP, I feel like Venom are gonna be used. My Venom are gonna be like, okay, you don't understand who's the more dangerous team here, and I don't understand either. Because right now, there is not much there we can understand. Other than that, there's nothing we can understand.
Contact with hostile.
And they will be
Can
spotting them out.
understand.
The pings are there. The pings are there. They spot him out, and it looks like Chatuli are gonna be like, oh, let's take this fight. They're walking in. Meanwhile, Unitex just strolls into town.
Enemy spotted.
Okay, this is gonna be a bloodbath. This is gonna be a big bloodbath. 1 HP have eyes on team. They're trying to move in. We see on the ground. I think that's Crips moving in for them. Yep, it is. He is the forward player who aggressively goes in. Chatuli. What?
Is everything okay?
What's happening there? I thought they're just like, you know, being like, oh, did they,
I think they just gave up because one of their players disconnected.
Never mind.
sad.
It do be like that sometimes. Nothing big. 3 points, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh wait a second. Are you serious? Team
1 HP
Carnage,
and
Unitex, and 1 HP are all here.
Oh my god, no way!
Oh,
Dude,
no.
dude,
Here it
dude,
comes.
it's happening again. I cursed it. I cursed it. It's happening again.
Well then.
I said, imagine, imagine if these 3 teams go out. I said, imagine, guys. I said, imagine. I didn't say let.
Imagining.
Oh my god. I should have said I got.
Throwback to the thing that we did.
Might be
here.
something good this way.
Shut up, dude. I don't know what's gonna happen there. I wanna avert my eyes and keep my eyes on the whole map right now. As we can see, the teams. I mean, there isn't really any other action anywhere around. Each of these teams have just chosen their own specific spots where they're gonna be getting those loot ins.
But dude, this thing is getting more
I-
intense
I-
on the minimap.
I
The
just keep
minimap.
looking there and I'm like, oh my god, it's happening.
Team Carnage, they're gonna get shot out by the side of Unitex. And Team 1 HP, they're dipping. Team 1 HP, they're out of here. They know for a fact that they don't want to take this fight, but they're gonna catch wind of it really soon. Team 1 HP, they know for a fact one of the other squads are
Hostile
looking
over
down. From the
I
left
feel
side of Skyhook.
Yeah,
And
if
the
they're
thing
able
is,
to figure out that it's a Team Carnage and Unitex on the other side, I feel like they would want to take that fight.
yeah, they want to go in for that third party. They're just gonna wait for it.
But I feel like the other 2 teams have the same idea.
But at the same time, you can already see that Team Carnage, they're not the ones that are gonna be going in for it, because why? They have the circle advantage. They know exactly where the second circle is.
This way.
Oh, looks
Why
like
do they want to
Racket
go into
Warriors.
Skyhook at all?
Yep. Why do they?
Abadi.
But here, Crisis Warriors are taking an engagement with Shishkeo. Shishkeo has that Loba with them. That's a legend that we've not really seen the most playtime with in this tournament. But yeah, it's there. It's getting those loot for them. Black Market's helping them out. And meanwhile, 1 HP dipping out of that position, trying to find some other engagements, and they just might find it. We all wanted to see it. Let's be honest. We all wanted to see these teams go for a triple threat fight, but sadly for now, we're gonna have to be settling with some of the other engagements, and that being Team Carnage. Are they next to anyone?
Target
For
spotted.
now, no. I mean, Unitex is right there, but looks like they're gonna be moving away. Unitex not really moving around to take fights. They're still in that centralized location trying to get some more loot, I believe. But yeah, what is that? I do not know what that is.
That's a loot bot. You
it is.
forgot about this one already.
I don't look at the sky. I'm sorry.
Pop up here. Boosted loader.
The sky is really beautiful in Apex. You should actually look at it from time to time. But moving on down the line, it's going to be Skyhouse versus the side of Team Epsilon. This is going to be an interesting fight between both of these squads because Team Epsilon, they already lost on one of them. Yeah.
I'm gonna bring him back.
And they're in the worst possible spot as well. Positional wise, this is not looking good. Spots out one of the players from the side of the Bloodhound, but still, they need to get out of here. The zone's going to be pushing them down into the waiting arms of another squad moving down to the top end position. And I do believe that it is Saw, Team Saw on the other end. No, it's Falcon.
Lockdown. Oh, it's lockdown. Oh, Falcons. Oh, they're taking. Oh, that's some sweet damage done with the charge rifle. That is absolutely insane. Looks like with the triple take, the I need to Pete's gonna try and get some more damage done, but so far no engagements happening. They're in the zone. They're trying to take this fight. They're trying to get into a better position, but the I mean, none of them are actually winning this engagement. They're just throwing bullets at each other, and both of them are gonna disengage from it.
Dude, this is going to be a massive fight if everyone just piles over there.
Yeah, there's a lot of teams sort of really near each other. So we might see some really big engagements coming in. But for now, Team Lockdown, I believe they have all their players outside the circle. They're trying to get into a better position. Right next to them, I think that's
This
Epsilon.
circle is so horrible.
It's so weird, honestly. Yeah, Epsilon there, they're gonna be walking in. They're able to cross through, but right in front of them, as soon as they take this left turn, they're gonna walk into Team Lockdown. I'm pretty sure Team Lockdown doesn't know that there's a team right behind them. They might be pressured into a pretty difficult scenario. You know, Crisis Warriors in Harvester. High tier loot is there, and they're gonna be taking some high tier engagements, in high tier fights. Not sure against who, but things are heating up. Our stars are gonna be thrown in. No frags just yet, but damage is being done. Lyric is gonna be walking in with the Spitfire. Can he get something done? He will. Okay, it's not gonna be him. It's actually gonna be with the charge rifle. It's gonna be Mad Motion taking down a couple of players. Actually, killing, not taking down a couple of players, knocking someone down and getting the frag in the end. And he's gonna be walking in the evade to get the frag on the team as well. So that's another squad eliminated, 11 remaining. And I think Epsilon, they have eyes on Team Lockdown. They're like, oh, let's take him down. But Lockdown, they're not backing down either.
They like that L-Star just burned through that opposition in a matter of seconds. Triple take, in general, it's one of those guns that I don't like, but everyone just loves to use as well. And especially triple take is a decent weapon to go up with, but it's like, why do you want to use that? And Team 1 HP, they have myself just an L-Star, and of course a flatline to make it all work out to their side. And Team 1 HP, they're going in for this fight, and they're trying to go in for that kill. Ooh, Crips. They try to go in crispy shots, but that's just not going to be happening just yet. They spot out one of the players. They're going in for this engagement. The shots are going to be clean, and with that frenzy, he spots out one of the players. Not going to be able to fight that first initial shot with the Mastiff, but don't really worry about it. Sometimes when people do get down, they tend to move in the weirdest way possible. Team Falcon, yeah, it's already done and dusted. Then on. He's the last one alive. He's gonna try to run on away, maybe get a couple of placement points for his squad, but that's all that he can.
Yeah, not the best position they'd want to be in for now, but they're gonna have to work. Well, we're gonna have to work with it. 1 HP. They will be able to get a couple of fights, and there are teams all around them. And looks like immediately on that side, maybe not from. They're gonna run into Xeon. Are they gonna spot him? I think, yeah, they just saw him there, and they're gonna be taking the fight to him. He's trying to run away, trying to get those placement points, as you said. But yeah, Cronish is gonna be like, get here, get over here.
I love the car.
Oh, he's doing so much damage. He's gonna take the triple take out and be able to finish things off, and look just like that.
Dude, the car is such a good weapon, but at the same time, it's not as good as the R. The R99 is just something different, but the car is, it holds a special place in my heart just because of weapon sounds. This is probably one of my new most favorite weapons. The bow was an absolute letdown. When I first noticed the bow coming out, I was like, oh god damn, I'm gonna be able to be like Hanzo. And then I started using the bow and I'm
Oh my
like,
god, Overwatch plebs, dude, no.
and then on the other side, as soon as they started using the bow, and I'm like, what is this? Like, you know that meme where it like points at the butterfly being like, what is this?
Is this a gun?
Insert bad
Is
word.
this gun? Is this gun?
Is this gun?
But is this fight Epsilon and 1 HP? These are one of the top teams out there. Epsilon, they're trying to get up on that top 3 position, and it looks
Xeox.
like their position isn't the best. Xeox is gonna be like, no, stay in the zone where you belong. But Unit X, there we go, there we go, there we go. Unit X and 1 HP. This is gonna be a bloodbath, and they're gonna be in this tunnel. This is isolated position. No way they can get out other than taking this fight.
Oh, they're ready to run for it, man.
They know. They know. They're gonna be like, oh, we don't want to do this. Oh, 1 HP. I don't know if they actually know Unitex is behind that. Okay, 1 HP, they're going into the zone to take down Epsilon. Yeah,
bad.
once they get out, once they walk through the teleporter.
They don't even get out. They're stuck inside of the zone, and Unit X, they're just gonna cap this portal. As soon as someone takes this portal, it's over.
They're
Team Epsilon
limited.
also at nothing.
Oh, what? What? No way. That's the most anticlimactic
Unit
thing
X
ever.
has the most freest kills that you've ever gotten. Yeah, you didn't get
That-
the kills, but you got the perfect
No.
zone hold.
I
That
was
just
like,
did not
okay.
happen.
I was like 1 HP. They're gonna take the fight. They're gonna get the frag on Epsilon. They're gonna walk out like nice frag, boys, and nice fight, high-fiving each other.
Where are
And
they
they're
gonna walk out into, dude? Look at the map. They're stuck.
They're gonna walk into Unitex, and Unitex are gonna be like, hello, my friends. But instead, They just died at the zone. All right.
I think the zone that give you that extra.
Honestly, yes. Honestly, yes. That's a good point you bring. But meanwhile, X-Blasters taking a fight against, I'm not sure who. Names are don't ring a bell, but for now they aren't taking the. They're not winning the fights. Is the question? They already lost a couple of players. Mr. Punk can be revived, but not looking good for them. It's gonna be Skyhawks who they're taking the fight with it, and Reverb trying to be a bit aggressive will be taken down. Meanwhile, Battle King, you're still here after your teammates sort of like you're like I don't know what happened there, but he's still here. He's still trying to keep the Tattoo League name alive amongst the Apex map. But yeah, looks like Fuad 14k is here to try and get some of those finishing frags, trying to get some loot up as well. I really want to know what Battle King is going to do in this scenario. He's surrounded by two teams. Each have two players. I think he got a frag on someone.
He's not in the best of positions. He's on his own, trying to survive a little bit, have a little bit of fun.
Just like me.
Without his teammates, it's just not going to be good. And Unit X, they have another engagement of their own, and I don't think they have a lot to worry about. Unit X, if they win here, or if they just survive at the bare minimum, no one's going to touch them on the #1 spot. You gotta remember, they, had 95 points or 92, if I remember correctly? And when you have that many points, what are you even worried about? Nothing.
Indeed, but I mean, if they are able to maintain this position and take the dub, I feel they actually can be able to take the top spot. They are going a bit aggressive. Rebellion will be knocked down. They will be reviving him, no problems there. But yeah, they have been able to push out this team. I think it's locked down from this top position. Some utility, artillery is coming from their way, termites all around. So they're going to be in a difficult position. They don't really have time to recover from this, but they're going to be dropping down to try and take this fight to them. I think there's one more team. The Carnage is here. Okay, hello. Carnage, we have lockdown as well. And obviously Unit X, they're trying to survive through all of this. Meanwhile, 1 HP, I think they're still chasing, not 1 HP. There's which team? Some team is chasing Battle King. Skyhawks, I believe, is trying to chase Battle King all the way in the western side of the zone.
5 squads remaining. This game is already coming down to a close. This map, this kind of set the pace of all of the different engagements that are going to be taken in map 3. So in general, we don't really know who's going to be able to take this. Of course, the top contenders are going to be Team Carnage and of course Unit X, but other than that, Crisis Warriors, I do believe they are still alive on the other side. So pretty much anything is possible. If Crisis Warriors are able to take a second champion in a row, oh boy, they could be in the running to push themselves into the top 3. You gotta remember that.
Indeed. Unitex, they are still in this matchup. They are still trying to keep that position alive, but Carnage, they're looking like to be in such a better state. And they have the high ground. Unitex, they've been able to they are pushed all the way to the back. And there's Battle King YT.
And of course, oh wait, no, Crisis
Warriors. They lose. Okay, that's actually big. Crisis Warriors.
So,
this is a really
general,
good
this
potential
is a
team.
this is a 2-squad situation. It's just Team Carnage versus Unit X because everyone else is at 1.
If only they're able to, you know, have this information and they're like, okay, guys, let's just work together and take down either team. If only they were able to watch the whole map like us and understand the situation. But yeah, they're just sitting right
It'd
now.
be like, you know that song, dun, 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 and then you're my friend now. Just teabag in front of each other and be like, you're my friend now. We work together to kill everyone, but hey, this is a tournament setting. You're not supposed to do that. No ideas here, ladies and gentlemen.
No idea. I mean, it's how is this gonna turn out? This is such a weird positioning for all sides. They're all just sort of chilling there. Somebody's trying to figure out. The Battle King YT will be taking a fight against Crisis Warriors. It's a good thing. Solo players, they're fighting each other, but I think there was a third party involved. Yep, it's Unitex. They spot out that engagement. They're able to take down Crisis Warriors, but I think they know that there's one more player there as well. Battle King YT will push to the open and forced to take a fight, taken down by Team Carnage. Actually, sorry, I almost say Unitex. Or I'm not sure who took him out, but
It's Unit X.
that's another team. Unitex. Oh yeah, Carno from Unitex. Okay, exactly. So That's gonna take down 2 squads in a matter of a few seconds. Bring it down to 3. It's gonna be Unitex and Carnage and Skyhawks. Yeah, Skyhawks. Right?
Someone else is over there.
Yeah, Team Skyhawks, they're just stuck between a rock and a hard place. What do they want to do?
Literally, they are stuck between a rock and a hard place. The rock being the rock and the hard place being the zone. They sort of have to chill there. They can bring a teammate back, but do you really want to do that at this constricted space? And these two mammoths of teams right alive. They're gonna try and peek out, trying to get out of that rock, and they'll be immediately greeted with fire, followed by a very angry Unitex Rebellion who might push them. But with Carnage on that high ground, do you
Cannot
really
go
want to
for
go
this
out in the
push.
open? Yeah, do you really want to go out into the open right now with when you have Team Carnage with these insane weapons at such an advantage? But and they know exactly where Unitex is, so they're gonna be keeping their eyes on that. And now I think they
Carnage.
spotted out Skyhawks as well. Oh, can he hit this shot? Destroyer.
This
RTO1.
position is just so good for them. And Team Carnage, they know they're getting flanked into it. They need to hold this left-hand side position as hard as they possibly can. They should already know that Skyhawk, they're only 2 players, and Team Carnage, knowing that, they're going to be able to focus on towards the side of Unitex just a little bit more. Positionally, they are in the best spot. They're inside of the zone, and the zone's going to be converging on top of them, so they don't need to move. They can stay up on that high ground for as long as they want, and Unitex, you cannot do anything about it.
They'll certainly try, but Skyhawks, they're having a lot more time. Tricky, sure, Pasha, he's brought down to such a low in HP. No shield on him. He's trying to heal behind cover. Will Team Carnage let him have this? They're gonna be mowing them down. They're not having a good time, Skyhawks. At this point, there's no way they can actually get out of there without losing double pairs. Unitex will be trying to break out the scenario. Meanwhile, look at that. Glorious, he's taking another high ground position. Really smart play. They don't want to be all isolated in that spot. They are going to be, splitting up, but all of them actually maintaining that high ground advantage. Unitex trying to find something, trying to make something happen, but they're just being denied. Whichever way they go, fire is raining upon them from the skies.
It's not able to find a single bit of value for it. They're just moving out of different corners. They're trying to take these different fights, but it's not really working out for them. The scan comes in and it's done. They already know each other's positions, and they're just gonna sit there being like, "Hey, we're up at top. You're at the bottom." Team Carnage, they're the ones that should just take it all away. Unitex, they're just gonna wait. They're hoping to get this circle in their favor. And
Carnage,
team,
right?
Yeah, Team Carnage, they have the high ground. They need to get forced off the high ground by the zone, otherwise no one's gonna win here. It's gonna be them to win.
This is really huge because obviously Team Carnage, as I said, they should be on that second spot, right? And Unitex, they should barely be above on #1 position. So both sides, they have to get this dub. The amount of points they will get should be enough to break the ice and give either side a lead, or the #1 position. But there is Unitex making their first move, being able to go to the bottom of that tower. Meanwhile, Skyhawks, they don't have the best of luck. They're gonna be losing one more player. That's not gonna be good. They're still a squad. They're still alive. So as we see, 3 squads remaining. So they are still in this match. Not for long. I feel like this positioning isn't good. Guys on unit. They're off. They're out of there. The zone is a little bit too tight for them. They're gonna be getting off. Unitex, they have converged on that bottom of the tower. They're trying to take this fight. Nan Kebab still on top. He's trying to do some extra damage. Now he's finally gonna drop down. It's gonna be all a big brawl between these two teams. The thing is, do Skyhawks want to interrupt? Is the question.
Is already dead. There's nothing that they can do to try to interrupt this for as long as we know. But Team Carnage, they're taking so much damage right off the get-go. They need to heal themselves up. And Lord, he's in a good spot, but still gonna be the one to jump up at the very last second. Unitex, they're still the ones to survive. They're looking really healthy as well, while the orbital strike was put on their own side.
Good.
And the barrage is going to be strong from their end to try and gain a little bit of space, but not for too long. Unitex there in the best possible spot. Rebellion is going to be the one to take down one, crack out the shields, and it's going to be the one to go in for that kill. And oh my god, this is all working. Carnage for the full time through, but
there
still Unitex. They had the man advantage, they had the better position, they had more cover to work with, while from the other side, the Team Carnage, they had nothing.
Absolutely zero. The barrage was all that they needed. And you know, in that situation, the Gibraltar was not able to place his barrage down properly. It just got placed in the worst
Yeah,
possible spot, hitting them instead of being able to go in for the perfect spot and then hitting out the side of Unit X. If that
that
barrage
is
landed
huge.
beautifully, you know that this would have gone differently.
Absolutely, that is huge. And with that, we have our second map of the day done, second match of the day done. Unitex taking the top spot. And with that, I believe they should be able to keep that lead. Again, this is all assumptions. We don't know the official scoreboard yet, but considering the first match and looking at the results of the second match right now, I believe Unitex should be able to maintain that lead just barely. Team Carnage, they are right on their tails, so they weren't that far behind with the third position coming in. They also have a few frags to back it up. Skyhawks will be definitely having a boost considering they made it all the way to second with only two players. But yeah, I don't think that's going to be affecting them overall that much. Overall, not having much impact on the top three position. But yeah, again, 1 HP, Epsilon, they're all out immediately, and it's definitely making this matchup really what surprising, to say the least, because this is not how this isn't it's I don't know what to say. It's getting so confusing, and it's hard to predict what's going to happen. I keep saying that because it's true, right? We had Team Carnage with a really good performance in the last matchup. They made it to second. They're able to have a really big boost on the scoreboard, and I believe they should be nearing Unit X right now, but Unit X just come back and slap them on cheeks and be like, nah, we're number one, boy, stay out of this. And they're going to be able to take the number one position in this matchup. And with that, I assume that they are still number one on the scoreboard. I don't know, but 1 HP in the
Are
meantime.
in the number one. They
They,
have to be.
they have to be. And 1 HP in the meantime, they're falling behind. This is not what you want to see. And look at the scoreboard too. We have a lot of these. It's not like Unitex, Carnage, and 1 HP on top three. We are having these underdog teams sprinkled all around. Skyhawks, Chatsuli, Crisis. Very last match we had, I think, RC Falcons, Lockdown. They were pretty high up. Chatsuli League were on second or third, I believe. So yeah, these small amounts of points going to these teams can make life difficult for 1 HP in the scoreboard overall, because 1 HP not having the best position, their score's not going to be improving dramatically. But for these team, it means the whole world to them. They're able to catch up, and pretty sure the point difference between third and fourth might be very low right now.
This stage, you can already see. Positionally, we know for a fact that Unit X is pretty much untouchable. No one can take their number one position away from them. Even if they have a banger of a game on game number 3, unless someone gets like 30 points, which is very unlikely, they're not gonna dethrone Unit X. But the number 2 and number 3 positions are still up for grabs because Team Carnage, yes, they're pretty strong. They had a really good performance. They were consistent. They do get the second place position for themselves, but that is pretty much interchangeable. But 1 HP though, I'm really scared for them. Both in game number 1 and also in game number 2, they didn't have the best of starts. So I will have to say that I'm looking for them to do a little bit of soul searching, do a lot more improvements already, because if they want to keep themselves relevant and at least get the third position, they need to step up massively. Because 1 HP as a squad, I adore every single one of them because I know what they're capable of. But today, it feels like the team coordination, synergy, and communication is just not there whatsoever. Like they were taking fights, they were running into it one by one instead of going in together as a unit. What's really going on there? Did they have some internal fight? I don't know what's the case, but they need to fix everything up because game number 3 is going to be right around the corner and they cannot mess up anything because this is the last game of this entire tournament. One more match
Yeah,
and we're going to be crowning a champion right here. Ladies and gentlemen. Game number 3 is
stakes
going to get
are
stepped
at
up.
an all-time high.
Yeah, the game's going to
Absolutely.
get set up here, ladies and gentlemen, and we're going to be back to the real shortly with the Warmasters tour.
Ooh, guys, we are back with the Range Warmasters tournament on Apex Legends. It's the final match of the final day of the grand finals. It's gonna be the one that decides it's all, and I sort of wanted that. Okay, going in maybe in the second match of the day, I'd be like, okay, we pretty much have a done deal, a solid idea on the positionings, and we basically have a good idea on who's gonna be able to take the dub. But for now, it's not as expected, and I have no idea who's winning, and I don't like it. It's gonna be me, Kirito, going in with the matchup alongside me is aggressive and aggressive. Do you feel the same?
Honestly, I have no idea. Because I know for a fact we're going to be crowning the number one as Unitex. If, only if, they don't die right off the get-go by throwing themselves off
Which
the
has
map.
happened. Which has
By throwing
happened.
themselves off the map, I mean.
Okay. Who knows?
That's
They
the
might be.
only
Who
way.
might be
That's
like,
the
let's
only
let's.
way.
Unitex will be like, lights, guys. Let's take our chances. Who knows?
Like, honestly
Imagine.
speaking, Kirito, that's the only way they're going to lose here. There's no other way. Even if they get like 5 kills, just 5 kills and no placement points, they're still going to be the ones to take the champion. But number 2 and number 3 are still up for questions. Because 1 HP, they got dethroned really badly. Team Carnage, they're the ones taking the lead and taking the charge and taking the number 2 spot for themselves. So, in general, that's what you would expect now, wouldn't you? That's what you would hope for the best of scenarios that, okay, Team Carnage, they're going to be able to stabilize, they're going to be the ones to take a possible champion and get close to dethroning the side of Unitex, but that's
Let's land here.
Yeah, that's when we're hoping to see some change up in the whole matchup. But for now, we're gonna be going in with the drops. And looks like each and every one of the teams are again going for the usual spot. We have our eyes on 1 HP, who have a habit of dying early on, especially after the group matches. Some things happen that we did not expect. Hopefully, we won't have to expect it again today. Although I'm talking about it, which implies that I'm expecting it. We'll ignore the last 10 seconds going into the matchup, guys. As we see no engagements early on, they're all spread out quite evenly. 1 HP though, right next to, I believe, RC Falcon, I'm not sure. And I think, yeah, oh, it's actually Team Oh, these two teams have a habit of following each other everywhere. 1 HP is just right next to Carnage. And, yeah, there's no one nearing that area. Looks like Shatter League is brought down to 1 player and he's being chased by X Blasters, and they're gonna be like, where are you going? And he's just running away, and in front of him is another team though, right in front of Lava Fisher. So he has to keep his eyes on that, and right next to them is Unit X. So yeah, pretty interesting positioning in the map. And I believe on the other side, I think the side of Team Carnage should have an idea that 1 HP is there based on the way they're moving around the map. But I think that fight is gonna be pretty big in the overall matchup, because if we have the side of 1 HP and Carnage going all the way to the very end with Unit X, there's a good chance that they're gonna be able to get that frag onto them and possibly take that first position away. But yeah, but again, Unitex in that meantime, they should be able to get a bunch of frags in their favor and extend whatever lead that they had gained. Meanwhile, X Blasters moving in. EMPs is gonna be skydiving to that rope, trying to get to a better position to take this fight. Oh wait, that's an
That's an enemy. Hello?
it's like,
The enemy of my enemy. It's my friend. Hello, EMP. That's
oh,
not
what's
a team.
happening?
That's not
What's
a team.
happening? Dude, he just casually strolled up and like, oh, teammate. And he's gonna die? Alright. Who is it? Battle King, you imposter!
Right there.
Oh, his teammates are here, don't worry. Once Mr. Punk's gonna hit his shots, it's fine. No way.
Okay.
No way. No way. 1 versus 3, no way. Don't do it.
Battle King?
He doesn't have shields.
This just did not happen. I just did not witness this.
X Blasters are there though. Okay. I think what Battle King should do now, this is a legit strat. Just chill. X Blasters are nearby. I don't know if he knows, but X Blasters are right there. Meanwhile, Unitex is nearing as well. He just needs to hide there, as right now this spot is gonna be a battleground.
He should just chill a little bit, but at the same time he's not gonna chill. Imagine taking a chill pill here when you know for a fact that you're gonna be the one to win this fight. He's the one going up against X
Here they
Blasters, but still,
come.
Carno, here he comes, Team Carnage.
Get out of
They're
there, get out of
looking
there,
around the
Balking.
corner.
Let's go here.
Get out of
Just-
there, Unitex. Going
They're
up that
cornered.
geyser. Oh, he knows. Carno's got the information. He's relaying it to his team, and they're figuring out a plan right now. And that plan involves engaging, I believe. Or do they want to go for more info? Guess
They're
we'll
at the
find out
amusement
more
park,
on that
that's a little bit of
later.
fun.
But yeah, look at this. 1 HP and Team Carnage. They spotted each other out, believe, and they know their positioning. Are they going to take this fight is the question. Charged rifle in the hands of Crips. He does so much damage with that. Ooh. They
That's a
know.
needle, he just found the needle in the haystack.
Valking in the meantime is going to be running all the way. Trying to get away from that fight as soon as possible. Venom over here is going to be taking some engagements. I'm not sure who it is against, but yeah, they have lost a lot of their shields. I feel like falling back would be a bad idea. Rayo's going to be staying behind. Trying to make something happen with the charge rifle. Gets a decent amount of tag. But not going for the engagement. I think it was RC Falcons they just fought there, unsure, but they have disengaged. They are gonna be falling back, letting each other heal up from their wounds and try and take that fight later on. And Venom are gonna be taking full advantage of this time to get back to their, full HP, full shields, allowing them to take as much as an advantage can moving into the fight. They already know where their opponents are, and they're, coming up with a plan of attack. There's no one near them, no third party is possible, so they shouldn't be disturbed. Meanwhile, Epsilon, they'll be disturbing someone. All the way at the corner of the circle.
Making contact with enemy.
Yeah, I have no idea what is happening. It feels as though in the grand finals of the last game, everyone's just going in for the fights and they're just ready to be in at each other. So Team Epsilon, they already get that first initial squad wipe for themselves. This goes in left, goes in right, gets a kill down one towards the face of X Blasters.
Yeah.
Ruby is gonna take a back seat with a couple of lead bullets in his face, and now his squad's not gonna be looking that happy at all. They're trying to run on away, they're trying to survive, but Team Epsilon, they have their phone number, keeps on calling them like Bangladesh calls me on a regular basis. And just keep on annoying them until they just pass out and die.
Making contact.
Oh,
It's
X
actually-
Blasters, man.
It's actually really sad, but yeah, X Blasters, one player remaining. It's say hi
Oh, wait,
to
no,
God.
it's Shishke.
Oh, Shishke, okay. Guess our brains are broken. X Blasters are all the way on that bit of a northwestern side of the map, but yeah, it's gonna be Shishke brought down to one player. And that's actually gonna be really easy and some easy
Friendship
points
matches
for the side.
happening.
Oh no, wait, who did they eliminate? Oh wait, Unitex is out of the map. Okay.
Okay, 1 HP.
Okay, we see what's happening there. 1 HP. The
Team
oh,
Carnage.
it's Carnage. Okay, aggressive. Come on, let's get our heads together. We're letting this match affect us too much. It's gonna be Carnage who's eliminated. Why are we saying Unitex? It's gonna be Carnage and 1 HP. They're happy about that frag, and they're gonna be making it known. So yeah, they're gonna be taking care of the whole fragment area of the map. And they have all that loot to themselves. Epsilon, in the meantime, in the zone, trying to take a fight with I'm not sure who. Don't really have eyes. I mean, a
How is
lot
he
going
still
around the
alive?
map. He's okay, Balky. He's still. He's the real legend, man. He's all
He's a
alone. He has no
real legend,
teammates.
dude.
He hasn't. He had a teammate in the last matchup, but yeah, I think he's gonna be taking it alone for now. Not sure what happened, but he's out here. He's surviving. He's even taking engagements and come out on top. But yeah, not bad for him. Meanwhile, RC Falcons are gonna be taking some fights, and I believe that's 1H. Is that Unitex?
I don't think it's bad, but at the same time, maybe.
Oh, it's X Blasters.
Yeah, it's Blasters.
Alright, RC Falcons moving in to take the fight. They've already knocked down one player. And their own one, they also lost one of their own players. They revive back on top.
Fortunate we're on the same team.
Oh no.
Okay.
Oh, no.
He's doing the finisher.
Well, he was trying to get his shield, so it's
Yeah. It's fine. but meanwhile, X Blaster's down to one player actually, Mr. Punk. And he's trying to recover the banners, but does he want to go for it? He is losing HP, so he needs to make sure
If
he
he
goes
pops the
for the
health kit,
super
he's
quick.
oh, okay. Never mind. He doesn't even need to pop a health kit. Good
Oh.
night, by the way, Mr. Punk. You're gonna
He's
be
no,
missed.
he's not gonna make it.
5,
He's not gonna
4,
make it.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah, there's no way he's gonna make it. It was a decent enough idea to go for that, but it's just in the open. No way he's gonna win that.
Especially
Falcon's
when
still
there's a
here.
Bloodhound scan on the other side. The Bloodhound's gonna be
Oh,
like,
yeah.
oh, I smell the fear. Sniff, sniff.
I smell the fear even though you're in another dimension. It doesn't matter, I'll smell you. But Crisis Warriors, they're looted up, they're kitted up, and they're moving in. Venom eSports is right in front of them. And we might see some frags go down over here. These teams, they're actually like really well positioned. We always see someone nearing somebody and going for the frags. In this case, it's gonna be Crisis Warriors and Venom eSports. Venom eSports, I believe they shouldn't have any idea that they're behind. But neither do the side of Crisis Warriors. So they should be seeing the signs of our team moving in. You know, open doors, open loot boxes, stuff like that, and they should have a general idea. But yeah, the engagement is getting closer and closer. But 1 HP. Oh, this position seems familiar.
I guess history is repeating itself because look at the position of the circle.
I believe in a match before this as well. I think I'm not sure if it's a grand finals match or was it in a group stage, but one more match ended in that position as well. I think it was Chatterley who's holding that down. I have faint memories, but at 1 HP they're gonna be like, oh, this is where it all happened, and they're gonna be leaving immediately.
I think that there's no other better spot to honestly finish off a game other than this. Everyone
scouted
has
it
an
out.
advantage. Yeah, everyone has an advantage here. Like literally everyone. But as we are going to be heading on down over into the place where it all began, this spot is not that good. Skyhook, I personally love this zone, but at the same time, Skyhook is the most chaotic fight out of every single one of the other zones. Because there's so many buildings to work with that grenades are going to be flying in left, grenades are going to be flying in right, and bullets. Oh, don't even talk about the bullets, man. Normally, most of the time, a lot of the teams, they're going to get put down to their last 100 bullets from 300 clips. That's how many shots they really do need to take, because if one of the teams are able to manage the resources properly, it's all about the bullets. Bullets are the thing that's going to be used the most often. It's about the spam. It's about that poke. But at the same time, Unit X,
1
maybe
HP.
they're going in for their own fight against the side of 1 HP. But no, they're
no,
going
no,
up
it's actually-
against Lockdown. Yeah, that's Lockdown.
1 HP were moving in towards that area, but in the last moment they're like, okay, we don't want to go there because the spidey senses are tingling. Instead, they're going to be moving towards the side of RC Falcons, taking on Team Epsilon. And I think Epsilon, they're just trying to survive the zone, and RC Falcons are going to be like, oh, you shall not pass. Unless 1 HP has something to say about it, and that's... Oh, look at that damage with the charge rifle. He's lighting him up. Zeox is going to be going to a higher position, trying to get these frags with a triple take. Can he manage to land some shots? He does hit once, doesn't get the second one though. Doesn't matter. He has his team to, lay
Why
down
is
some
it
fire
that we
for
see a
him.
Spitfire every game? This sub-weapon is supposed to be a freaking drop pad, but I see a Spitfire all the time. I swear the entire Grand Finals has been full of people using Spitfires.
Well, one thing you gotta keep your eyes on, the 1 HP, they did go for a bit of a third party for Epsilon and RC Falcons, but right now they're in the middle of these two teams, and I don't really know if with their skill level, even if, are they gonna be able to handle two teams at once if both Epsilon and RC Falcons decide to move in at the same time. Obviously, they're not communicating with each other that they can coordinate such a move, but they need 1 HP just need to be a bit careful about this, is what I'm saying. I believe they know that they're surrounded and they should play this really smartly, but now we're going to be moving to Crisis Warriors, who are in their own picky situation. Venom eSports, I believe, is in one side, if I'm not wrong. They are going to be pushing the side of Skyhawks off. That's a good thing.
Run away in this. Still 1 HP. They're in a horrible position, I would say. They do have control, but you can see how spread out they are, right, Guido? It's not looking that good for them because when you're this spread out, a lot more
Doesn't
problems can happen. But still, hey,
It's team 1 HP. They have the aim to work with. They're just gonna take down any squad that's gonna get close to them. Team 1 HP
There
gonna
he
take down
is.
one, but still Team
There he
Epsilon.
is. Bell King. That's all I care, man. That's all I really care about.
Yes, of course. You gotta
may
care
he
about the battle
survive.
king.
May he survive. But yeah, he's running straight into,
Power
I
of the
believe,
Chatsuli.
I think he's
One man
running.
army.
He's running into Venom. Is that Venom? I believe that's Venom eSports. And I think
Chatsuli is a one-man
he spots them. He just turns around. He doesn't want to take those fights until the very end of the match. But 1 HP is right behind him as well, so he needs to make sure he's really careful about his movement. And making their way to Skyhook is Venom eSports. We do have a couple teams there, and actually we have a lot of teams there. We have RC Falcons, Unit X, and they're all in the middle of their own fights. Lockdown's there as well. Skyhawk's on top, dude. Everyone. This is gonna be interesting positioning. If this, yeah, this is a good circle. We have a lot of buildings to work with. We have some open areas as well. I feel like what each team is gonna do is try and take control of one compound and try and play off that. Unless, of course, we have players like 1 HP who'll have to just rush into the opposition side. For now, Venom trying to make their way inside a building. I'm so bad he's going to be going through the void to try and, you know, make a portal for his team to walk in. The pool's in a bit of an open position, but they're going to go through it regardless. That does keep them away from RC Falcons for now. And 1 HP right behind them, so not a bad portal for them, I guess.
Slow.
Oh, Battle King.
There's the rest.
Battle
But
King.
Battle King taking a fight that he really shouldn't be taking. Engagements are a little
We're
bit.
in a bad position. He's in such a bad position. Zeox realizes the situation. He's like moving in to block him out. There's no way he survives this. Or does he?
Oh wait, Battle King, how does he do it, man? This guy just goes in left, this guy goes in right, and Team 1 HP's like, hunt this boy down. He did the thing, man. He did the thing when he
Oh no, he baited them. He baited them. He went right, they went left. The debate.
Well, the freaking Tom and Jerry chase is just so beautiful. And this brings me back to my childhood.
Well, again, back inside that area, we're gonna see these teams sort of poking at each other. 1 HP just pops out the tunnel. They'll be like, "Where is he? He's not here, guys. We messed up." Meanwhile, Lockdown and RC Falcons, I believe, they are right next to each other. And Lockdown spots out 1 HP. This is the 8 squads in this circle, dude. And each of these teams, they're all so good. This is gonna be an absolute insane last circle. Battle King, he's actually circling behind 1 HP. Oh
He
god.
sees it.
This is getting hairy. Oh, what are you doing?
That was
He
gonna
has
be a
no
headshot.
idea. He has no idea. This is getting real hairy. This is getting very hairy.
This is why I love Skyhook as a circle, but at the same time, I fucking hate this place as well. There's so many different circles at points, positions that you can go for. And seriously, Carno, did you actually go in for a kidnap?
Oh, Battle King. He's taking the fight with
Carno,
1
just
HP,
put
trying to run away. Run away! You know?
Battle King,
So
no,
low.
not like this. Don't break Kirito's heart. He already can't fight his Asuna. You can't do this to him. Just
gonna
run
away for
Don't
now.
let 1 HP go in for
Can he
this
make
kill.
it? Can he make it? Can he make it? Oh, he can't. Grips has to let go. Battle King, does he live? I think he's out. Yeah, he's eliminated. 7 squads. Oh, it sucks. He made it far and wide, but yeah, 8 is gonna be what he's settling for. Not a bad attempt though, considering he's a solo player. And looks like Epsilon, Lockdown, and RC Falcons are gonna be converging into one spot, into one big engagement. 1 HP is on the raid lines as well, you know, keeping their eyes on things. Unitex is just chilling. They're just chilling on the dome, and Venom eSports as well. They're gonna be like, don't look at me. I'm just here. Nobody knows. Oh, or do they know? Crisis Warriors, they might have an idea. They're breaking the doors open. They might take down the solo player, but in the last second they're gonna be disengaged. And meanwhile, it's gonna be Epsilon trying to take this fight. Dude, this is this one building. We have like 4 teams there. God. Oh, it's a free for all. It's a free for all now, dude. Everybody's moving in. Everybody's going. It's a free.
We cannot keep track of this anymore.
Look at this map. What a way to end it.
I guess we pulled strategy out of the window. Unitex is taking fights left.
Oh.
Unitex is taking fights right. There's another person from the side of Crisis Warriors who's also taking their own engagement. Our observer's having a little bit of a PTSD situation on his own end.
I'm having a
What
PTSD.
is happening
What's happening over here, dude?
Happy, where are you compared to your team? Crisis Warriors holding down on a building. Sis Squad still remaining on this really tiny circle. And this is in Skyhooks. Oh no, this is
Epsilon has
not
lost
looking
two of
good,
its
man.
players. It's all down to that one singular player. I believe Banner's
Here
recover, but
we
he
go.
can't really do it.
Here's the fight.
Oh, 1 HP. Oh, they're gonna be taking some shots. They have to fall out of the position. It's really open. That's what I was, worried about. They're right on top of that glass dome. They are easily spotted out, even though they have a vision that is challenging Eagles. But a 1 HP moving on to Unit X.
Oh, this is even
Oh,
worse.
this is gonna
No,
be.
listen. 1 HP has the high ground position. They're inside of the circle. Unit X is at the bottom. If Unit X don't come here quickly, they're stuck down there. They
They're
need
just
to go
gonna
into the
shoot
winning
them from the
option of 1
top.
HP.
There are still 6 squads here. Keep mind of that. Team Epsilon, they're barely in this. 1 player alive. 1 HP. They're not buzzing from this. This is a difficult position to hold.
But this
Everybody
is a strong
knows where
one.
you are. No, everybody knows where you are. Because you keep in mind,
This is Unit X.
Unit X is not the only team here. There are 3 other squads, and they are on the opposite side of the buildings. They can take those long range fights if they want to, but they have their own worries, own engagements to worry about. And 1 HP is just being like the icing on the cake. Like, oh, you had enough fight. Oh, let me just do you. Make things a little bit more difficult for you. They're gonna be taking the fights, but oh, they're getting lit up. So much is happening. Still 6 squads here. We're seeing a Gibraltar shield being popped up. Unit X, they have the vision they want. They're still stuck inside,
Such a bad position for
Oh,
Unit
they
X.
have to get out of there. They're just playing for time right now. They won that positioning.
They're just gonna take it slow. They're gonna take it easy. 6 squads still remaining. They still have so much to go
Oh my
through when it
God.
comes in terms of their resources as well. Phoenix is gonna get popped on the side of Frenzy. He's healing himself back up to full, trying to get as much damage as they possibly can. And team 1 HP, they need to get kills. This is not positioning for them anymore. They need kills to get themselves up to that number 2 position. They're risking the fact that they're not gonna be able to get that number 2. There is no Team Carnage to take it away from them. Not anymore. It's just Unit X. It's just 1 HP. These are the top 2 squads here, and they are the ones who are now burning up their competition piece by piece. Crisis Warriors, they're still alive. They're still trying to do what they possibly can. Epsilon, they're just chilling. They're just vibing. They have nothing to really worry about because now it's all up to these top 3 squads. Crisis Warriors, 1 HP, and Unit X duke it off against one another to see who's going to be taking that number 2 position. And Unit X, they also have nothing to worry about. They can play for the placements, but for 1 HP, this is their do or die. It's either go big or go home for them. It's about getting that 10k or walking away with 40. Whichever did they get, it's all up to them here. Take
Oh
the
my God,
engagements,
look
take
at
the
that
fights.
map. They're all
Circles
just
closing
standing in the open. Crips
It's
taking
fun.
that charge rifle. He's doing so much damage. If that last shot connected, that could have been huge. That could have been a frag, but it's just it's gonna hit the wall, and the shield comes up to provide cover right now. They are trying to take these engagements, but they need to be quick about it. Because knowing these teams, they're gonna be moving in as soon as they see one fight is over. They're gonna try and take out this team as it's in this most weakest state. Just out of a fight, no shields, no HP. So 1 HP. They need to be fast about this.
Oh, one of them fell off. One of them fell off.
Oh, Crips is going for it.
Grips is going in for it. Grips is an absolute bad dog, man. He just jumps into the
Get this frag.
Going for the interstitial kill as well. It's gonna be able to take down the
Team
side
Epsilon.
of Sexy Knight.
3 squads
It's
left.
gonna be on cleanup.
It's gonna be locked down, I believe. Still alive with 1 HP and Unit X. 1 HP. Crips, he's trying to make something happen. Frenzy's already down. He needs to be revived. He's trying to go for this frag
Unit X
lockdown.
is right behind.
Yeah, Unit X realizes they can just move in at any time. If you leave Unit X, if they move in as soon as this fight is over, as soon as they see 2 squads left, they see it and they have to be moving in right now. Oh, what's happening? I have no idea.
The fights are
What?
already gonna be
Grips
taken.
is all
These positions are gonna be good.
Grips is
They're
all
gonna be
alone.
ones to Unit X, but still
Unit
Unit
X.
X, they're gonna be the ones to survive it all. They come through from the back end, they just swing out, and they're gonna be the ones to take that engagement and immediately be that the 5th party to take down 1 HP and just take it all away. I initially thought that, hey, Unit X, they're in the worst possible position because they're still inside of the train station.
They were ignored.
And they just
They were
pushed out
ignored.
because Team 1 HP gave up their spot and went in for a push. Team 1 HP, you didn't need to go in for that engagement. Why did you give up the high ground? You could have just waited for a little while longer, allowed Unit X to go in for that first initial engagement out in the open, scope out your competition, jump down, and then take the fight. But they just got impatient, man. Right up till the very end. The impatience is the thing that killed out the side of the 1 HP. You would expect something like that to happen in Unit X. They just swoop in and just pushed, like they just literally pulled the rug from under the feet of 1 HP and it's like, hey, you want to live up to your namesake? Don't worry, I got your back because I'm gonna make you 1 HP and I'm gonna make sure to kill you out and dig your graves as well.
1 HP is definitely what their HP was at that very end. But yeah, their position isn't one. The position is going to be absolutely, it's going to be unfortunately two for them. Unitex taking that top spot, and I believe with that, it's again, this is not an official announcement. I believe Unitex should be on number one with that. They with that second round, the victory on that second map, and the amount of frags they've gotten over here, the positioning, everything does point give me the idea that Unitex should be on the top spot. 1 HP and Team Carnage are on second and third, and I believe that's where the rest of them stand as well. I believe Carnage could be on second, and 1 HP could be on third overall. But oh my god, what a way to end it all! When I looked at that map when we had 7 squads remaining on on those last few circles, oh my god, that was absolutely insane. So many teams in that small position. We had Epsilon, we had Skyhawks, Lockdown. I think Venom was there as well. Tatu League, King Whitey, he was able to make it to the 8th position. He could have gotten more if some of the teams didn't play so passively. They were all sort of just chilling there in those in that area of Skyhook, and just what a way to end it all. This absolute brawl between 7 teams, and I just absolutely loved every second of it till the very end. But yeah, with that, it's gonna be the final map, the final match of the day, and I guess with that, the tournament's done. We don't exactly know who the winner is. The announcement isn't there, guys. Keep your eyes open on all Range social media. Links are in the description, and we'll post the official scoreboard there within about 11 or 11:30 p.m. So that's when the announcement is gonna be coming out on which team has won the Warmasters tournament. So yeah, keep your eyes. Make sure you're
I
following
think we
all
already
the
know
social
who
media.
just won it, dude.
But yeah, I
It's
mean, I
Unitex.
have an idea. I have an idea, but you can't really, you need to have that official statement that, seal of approval. And this is what I'm thinking, right? Unix they have definitely taken the top spot. Team Carnage, I believe, with that win on the first map, on the first matchup, I believe that they should be able to secure the second spot. But 1 HP again, they're second here. They have 11 frags, so they could be on second as well. I have no idea, honestly. I don't know.
Second and third positions are up for grabs. I have no idea. I could not keep track of anything that was happening when it came down to the types of the points. But the previous Apex games that I've casted a lot of Apex games. I'm always ready and present to just be like, hey, okay, these are the points that the team's at. These are the points that they have gained. So this is how it's going to be going. Quick match with aggressive, ladies and gentlemen. I constantly do that. But I don't know why in these matchups, the matchups were so close, it was so chaotic that it just kept on slipping my mind every single time. Team 1 HP losing out on like this. And there's a possibility that the Team Carnage is going to be the one to take it all away and get that second position for themselves if Team 1 HP had not gathered enough points. Because in my personal opinion, with 7 squads still remaining on the very last circle, Team 1 HP, they got so desperate for kills that they just had to get that one up for their side. That's what hurt me the most, man. Because I know for a fact what they're capable of, but that's not how you want to end it off, especially on the grand finals last map. It was done.
Indeed. I mean, overall, I feel like I would have appreciated to see a lot more better performance from the team, like Team Carnage. Maybe if they were able to play a little bit more safer, not go into that fight early on. Maybe 1 HP as well, keeping their eyes on Unit X. Unit X actually played the. We were thinking. I knew that you had a point that Unit X, they were in a tough spot, especially 1 HP or right on top of them. But 1 HP, they just didn't hold on. They went for the frags, and I don't really blame them. In order to establish that first point, the first position, they needed more points, and at that situation, only way to get points is going to be getting frags, and they just moved in to get frags, but just slipped their mind that they had another contender right below them that they didn't take care of. And if they went in for that fight, maybe things would have been quite different. But yeah, for now, that is what we're going to be work with, and less aggressive. I mean, how do you even end this? How do you even say that the match is over after that?
Honestly, I'm gonna have to say that you gotta make sure to hit that like and make
You
sure to
have
follow the
to.
page as well because you don't want to miss out on any of the action that the range has to offer. Range is where every single like you gotta know that every single one of the biggest tournaments in the entirety of Bangladesh is gonna be happening from the side of range. You do not want to miss out on any of the tournaments, any of the updates, any of the specials that we are going to be giving away to you. Because with so many high stakes tournaments on the line and action like this here, you know for a fact that you have to give us that follow. You have to hit that like, hit that subscribe as well if you're watching from YouTube, because range is where it's all at. You don't want to miss out on any of the action now, do you?
Nope, we absolutely do not. But with that being said, again, as regards to said, keep your eyes on the social media. The official results will be announced there in about 11 to 11:30 p.m. just today, just a few hours later on. So make sure you are up to date with that. And with that being said, we're going to be taking off. It was an absolutely insane tournament, and we had a blast, being a part of this. And overall, it went pretty good, especially to the very end of it. The grand final matches, they were absolutely insane, and I love to see these players go take on each other in the epic field of Apex Legends. And hopefully in the future as well, we're going to see more tournaments for that for like this. So in order for that to happen, make sure again you keep your eyes on the range. And with that being said, we'll be taking off. Goodbye from me, Kirito and Aggressive. Goodbye from the whole side of range. We'll be back with more tournaments later on. And yeah, with that being said, stay safe. We'll be right back next time.